Ramayana. The traditional author of view is that Valmiki wrote the Ramayana during the lifetime of Ramachandra. Judging from normal experience, however, it would appear that the story of Rama had been in existence, though not as a written work, long before Valmiki wrote his epic. It looks as though Valmiki gave form to a story that had been handed down from generation to generation. That probably explains some of the difficult features in the story. Example, the slaying of Vali and Sita's exile under Rama's order. In Valmiki's work, Rama is portrayed as a great and unique man, not as an incarnation of God. True, in some chapters there are references to him as an avatar of God, but in the body of the narrative, the Rama pictured by sage Valmiki is not God himself, but a great prince endowed with divine qualities. Even during Valmiki's days, the idea was prevalent to some extent that Rama was an avatar. Centuries later, Kamban and Tulsidas sang the Ramayana, and by that time it had come to be accepted that Sri Rama was an avatar of Vishnu. Rama and Krishna were synonyms for Vishnu, and Vishnu, in turn, meant Rama or Krishna. Temples had come into existence with ritual worship of Rama. In a situation like that, how could the later poets portray Rama as a mere hero? Any such attempt would have failed. Kamban and Tulsidas were devotees of the highest order. They were very different from historians and novelists. The story begins with the visit of Saint Narada one morning to Valmiki's ashrama. After the usual welcome, Valmiki asked him, "Oh, all knowing Narada, tell me who among the heroes of this world is the highest in virtue and wisdom?" Knowing through his supernatural powers why Valmiki put the question, Narada answered, "Rama is the hero that you ask for. Born in the Solar dynasty, he is at present ruling in Ayodhya." Sage Narada then briefly narrated the Valmiki the story of Rama. So impressed was Valmiki when he heard Rama's story that even long after Narada had left, his mind was full of it, and he was pondering on it as he went to the river Tamasa for his morning ablution. As he was walking along the river bank, he saw in a nearby tree two loving croncha birds sporting and singing in their joy and life and love. Suddenly, the male bird fell down, hit by a hunter's arrow. The female bird, seeing her lover rolling on the ground, lamented in piteous fashion. Observing this, Valmiki burst into a curse. "Oh, hunter, as you have killed one of these love-intoxicated birds, you will wander homeless all your long years." But in a moment the sage recovered himself and was wondering why he lost himself in anger. What right had I to curse the hunter? Why was I deceived by emotion? Recalling the words of his curse, the rishi marveled at the rhythm of the word. He discovered that his pity had taken shape in a beautiful sloka. He thought that all this was part of the mysterious Leela of God and went into meditation. To Valmiki in meditation appeared the four-faced bird, and he said, "Be not afraid. These things happened to start you on the story of Rama. From sorrow sprang verse, and in this meter and rhythm the story should be told. I shall give you the vision to see all that happened, aye, even how the characters thought and looked, as clearly as one sees a thing lying on the palm of one's hand, and you shall sing it with my blessings for the benefit of the world." Valmiki and his disciples then repeated the verse again and again and fixed its pattern firmly in their mind. Then Valmiki composed the Ramayana in that meter and taught it to his disciples. Thus was the holy Valmiki Ramayana born, the tale of the Lord and his consort born as mortal, experiencing human sorrow and establishing dharma on earth, was sung by the rishi in words of matchless beauty. And Rama's words have come true. As long as the mountains stand, as long as the mountains stand and the rivers flow, so long shall the Ramayana be cherished among men and save them from sin.